Ba-dum-bum. What are you up to?
Um, I'm just working on something. Yeah.
A top secret project?
No, nothing like that. The one I told you. So I'm actually working on a few NFTs right now. One of them is a guest NFT. Should I show you?
Yeah.
Sneak peek on this live stream.
Yeah, pop it up on the
Yeah. Let me change my device. I'm on the phone.
yeah, let's see. And da-da-da. Mm-mm-mm. Ah, my avatar is getting a little wonky. There we go.
So these NFTs that I'm about to show you are will be given to guests of the podcast.
Nice. Let me
Do you see my screen, Ernest?
just a second. I will. Yep.
Here it is. So this is what it looks like.
Nice.
So these are this is the title of the interview, and this is the date on which it was published, and this is the length of that particular interview. So each episode has a different this one obviously, and maybe these are for all the guests.
Nice. And those are
And to
episodes,
yeah,
like podcasts, non-video, or is it video?
no, these represent the video. This is the title from the video. The Huddle One story
Nice.
is from my last video. So let me show you specifically what. Eh, So the stream is on, is it? Yeah, right. It's going.
Yep.
It's
I don't know how it's coming
yes.
through on my YouTube, but yeah.
So so here you see the black screen on the video.
Yep.
So this first line and the second line is what appears over here.
Nice.
All of the videos have this black screen. Yeah. So this is a chippy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep, I can tell.
Yes.
So one of the things I
Yeah.
want to
All right.
one of the things I want to do is like like so currently I'm VTubing with the avatar that's using face recognition, but there's something called PNG tubing, which allows you to like basically use PNG in 5 different kind of poses or whatever, and then um, essentially your PNG will slightly change. For folks that have like a mini window avatar um, in their videos. I've also wanted to animate a DAO punk too. I can bring a DAO punk into Blender and inflate them. Then,
That would be really cool.
Yep. Then I got a 3D a DAO punk.
If you do that, you should definitely co-host more on live streams with me. It would be so cool if there's an actual DAO punk that is animated, that is on the podcast.
Yep. Let's see. Boom. Let's see. I can stream I don't know what it's going to be like if I stream into Discord.
From Beam?
No, this is just so from my window, but essentially this is what I'm going to be talking about in YouTube as I go over
Okay.
charts. Um,
Yeah.
the essentially I got 50 symbols, 50 tickers to go over. Um, I got them kind of broke up into three groups. One kind of just looks at macro, mostly tech stocks, a little bit of um, European to USD, Australia to USD. Um, then a little bit into the crypto market itself. And then I plan on going over a whole bunch of tokens that are relevant to DAO members. Um, and I'm currently like, I got to resort this list, but essentially, like OP was airdropped a while ago to bunch of Bankless DAO members. Um, of course, um, also this may not be updated. Ethereum, Matic, we're on Polygon, so let me get to my chart. But basically, I have about $1,000 in optimism from the airdrop that they gave a while back. So I actually have a trading account um, that I can, do with folks on air as we as we watch the markets. Um, Trying to get back to my watch list. Yep, here we go. Ghost. A lot of people have Ghost in the DAO and Solana. Um, a lot of people that have been in the balancer pools have BAO for balancer. Of course, the bank token. Um, Mana. I have Alchemics, which is interesting. Mana is always real easy to trade. Some folks in the DAO got perp tokens last year in kind of the bull run. And then, of course, we're mapped on Avalanche, so Avalanche tokens of interest, as well as like Sushi Swap and what's a TA session without Shiba Inu or Cardano. Bunch of DAO members got airdropped the SOS token. And of course, if you're using, the Brave browser, the basic attention token or the pre-search search engine and earning those tokens, I got those on here. A lot of folks have Gitcoin, Near, Atom is super fun to trade, ENS, Axie Infinity, and then I got a request from somebody earlier in the DAO on Celsius. Um, and then I'm building out like a third section, just other random stuff that folks might be interested in. Um,
Interesting.
yep. And here, Atom is super fun to boom. So the Twitter, that's working. Uh, do, do. Get the tweet out, and then I have some positions on Coinbase. So actually got uh, a position on optimism, and then just going to roll through charts and see what kind of charts are interesting for, other DAO members in particular.
Love it. Love it, Ernest, that you're doing this.
Yep. So let's see. I figured this would take about 3 hours.
So this might be a 3-hour stream.
3 hours, yeah, essentially, which is a pretty good TA live stream. At least 2 hours.
Would you be interested in doing them in Huddle?
Um, yeah, can you stream from Huddle? Or do you want to
Yeah,
do
you
the,
can.
or do you want to be the host and then I can do the TA and then use Huddle?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, I'm down for it. We can switch it up.
No, not right now. Not right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just thinking out
the
how that
main
would be.
the main thing is I was trying to figure it out with Beem because I was going to gate it to where you need to have 2,000 bank in your ETH or Polygon wallet in order to view the content.
Got it.
But it suggests using the Chrome browser, and I was using Brave, so that might have been the issue. I also might have been, because Discord was open and maybe another app, but for some reason it couldn't access my microphone and camera, even though all my other apps are accessing it just fine. And so I wasn't able to do this via Beam. And so currently I was just, streaming it to my YouTube channel, and then, um, it's
Got it.
basically I can take requests from in here.
Yeah. So is it okay to talk like this in the stream? Just be casual, our own thing as well, or is it just generally? I'm asking based on the way you stream because these are very long streams, 3 hours. What what is it like, Ernest?
Yeah, so it's usually like, 15 minutes of chit chat in the beginning, trying to draw, people and let the audience build for the show. Ultimately, like, I'm gonna quickly go through the first half hour with a macro monthly, like, look at volatility and stocks. And then I can essentially spend another half hour on ETH and Bitcoin. And then, it's just a matter. I actually have to, build the charts. So, when I go to, a chart, I have some TA on it already. And essentially, got to rebuild the chart. So, we basically, since this high on Ghost, and each altcoin, will take quite a bit more kind of re-looking at this than like Bitcoin and ETH. But essentially, since this high on Ghost, we've been looking, and so we can say now, we're so gotta get all the colors right. We're essentially looking for these levels for this to complete. But we're expecting, if you were a Avagachi, person, or you were looking for a good time to start accumulating small amounts of the ghost token for Avagachis, then this would be the area that you want to start accumulating. And, essentially, as long as we're seeing low, higher lows, on the long term, so I can even set up, this is the other thing too. So I can actually set up a position here. So, this would be your stop loss, and you're looking, your first take profit is, either just under or, you know, essentially right at these lines. And then you would essentially, on a longer term time frame, on the weekly, right? We're looking for this up here to get to the top of these. And you could actually sell and take profit at each one of these MAs. Is the actual strategy. So my goal is to be like, okay, you want to make some money? Let's do it. And then this is, a risk to reward of like 7-1. Risk to reward ratio of 3-1. And you're only risking like 2%. You could, go down to like the 12-hour, 6-hour, probably. So on the small cap tokens, all these would, and I don't know, let's see, I've been talking for about 10 minutes. So like 5 to 10 minutes setting up these charts. And then the idea is, each month or every couple weeks, come back and, and I can even set alerts. So, bam. So if price comes back down to this line, and we'll actually change it to the daily. So if it comes back down to here, I'll get an alert, do a show. We're looking for some longs. This is almost 8% move and a 20% move. So basically doing that with each chart. One of the things that's interesting to note is doing this on, the bank token. So even though Ethereum is breaking new highs, And even though on USD, the bank token is I knew it actually. Look at this. So the bank token in particular, so most cryptos, especially the larger cap cryptos and stocks, it's this 0.618 and 0.65 retrace is called the golden zone. And algos just start buying there. And more volatile cryptos and bank in particular, this 0.88 is the best place to buy. And so one of the, we're seeing that there's essentially, right, bank is wicking down, getting liquidity from down here, but we're hoping that, we're on the daily, few more hours on the daily, but we want to see this close above this 0.88, and we can be kind of then start looking for a run back up to, these levels. And we can even take some measurements, and we see, that right here at the 168, this box right here is a place where folks are interested in buying the bank token relative to Ethereum. So this is a good time to earn bank and not sell it. Now we can always roll over and keep going down. But one of the benefits of looking, at the macro market.
Is it a good time to swap it to ETH?
No, it's a good time to swap ETH to bank. Now,
Okay.
now is when you're earning bank, you want to hold on to it because you want to sell it. And this will make more sense too on if we look at this in US dollar a little bit. Because when you compare a token to Ethereum, so I'll give you the jump up to the ETH Bitcoin chart, because we got a lot of data here. So historically, ETH Bitcoin, this is the chart that goes back to, this is Coinbase's chart. So there's more history, but essentially, right, we are on an upward trend. So anytime that Bitcoin, anytime Ethereum is down here, this is the time you want to buy Ethereum with your Bitcoin. Anytime it gets up here is when you want to sell your Ethereum for Bitcoin. So, and we're looking, this is called the flippening, right? Like if Bitcoin is a fixed supply token and Ethereum is inflationary, then Ethereum is always going to lose value against Bitcoin. But because Ethereum is now deflationary, so relative to Bitcoin, Ethereum becomes more rare over time. So, and this pattern, this upward trend that we're in is, since September of 2019. right? This is the COVID low, or maybe not the COVID low. This is just, December of 2020, June of 2022. So even though Bitcoin and Ethereum have been coming down in value relative to each other, Ethereum's whole, people are tending to accumulate Ethereum. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
when right, so that's different than, USD value. We've seen Ethereum and Bitcoin both losing value against, the dollar. And you do the same thing when you're looking at your local currencies too. So you can, um, uh, what's the Indian? The Is it the rupee?
Yes, it's INR. It's rupee.
Yeah, the IDNR.
So I don't have that one. But you said this one. Oh, it's fine, that one. Yeah.
Move this up to the top. And somewhere I'll find later the IDNR and Bitcoin chart. And you can see I do TA on your currency. So bam. So the value of the rupee has been going up relative to the dollar. Way in 2016, if you would have sold a rupee dollar, you would have gotten 68 cents, right? But today, if you sell the rupee for $1, you're getting 83 cents. So when it makes corrections, let me turn the mat again. At the bottoms is where you want to accumulate the rupee, and then at these tops is where you sell rupees for US dollars, or you sell you sell your rupees for US dollars. And then you use those dollars when there's a pullback to buy more rupees. So you're buying at 63 cents, you're earning, right, at 63 cents maybe, and then you sell it for USD at 74 cents. And then, you know, you accumulate the rupee when price is correcting, and then when it goes up, you sell the rupee for US dollars. And this is, this is a very, this has been going on for, this is in Forex, this is quite tradable. And you can, it'd be interesting to find, I don't know if there's like some type of wrapped rupee on the Ethereum network, but if you've been earning rupees and selling it for US dollars for the last 5 years, you know, you've been doing good. And the longer you can hold on to your rupees and sell a portion of them for US dollars, um, you know, you can get more rupees, right, on these corrections. And we can even look at, it's like, well, how do I know when? So when you had this high right here, this tells me that as soon as this, because this, it's called relative strength index, because this isn't higher like this tells me that you're going to have a pullback. And especially right here, this actually goes down. So this is saying up, the strength is coming down. So these red candles are a good time to, this coming up is probably a good time to sell and then, buy back on a little pullback. And then, we see the same thing. And so, right, this is still going up, but the strength is coming down. And this right here, again, still going up, but the strength is not only coming down, but it rejected off this median line, which told you that this drop was coming. People are exhausted. So when this is popping out of these white lines, when this is popping out of these white lines and coming back in, you know that this is a bottom. And that's a good time to start accumulating your rupees and new highs, new lows, new highs, new lows. And if you always hold some cash to be able to buy if it ever comes down to these solid moving averages. This is the 3-month chart. I mean, that looks like a Bitcoin chart to me. This is the last since 1986, right? Like, yeah, since 1980. Bottom, bottom. So first thing I always look at is volatility. See, I wonder. We're essentially in volatile times. um, we are. It does look like we are trending down to less volatility. Which should mean some stability or some sideways action, maybe some loss of value slowly, but not a to the moon, right? Increasing in volatility is usually when we see going to the moon. Decreasing of the volatility means like markets are contracting, they are becoming a little bit conservative, but they are, could be entering the market. The dollar. The dollar is essentially on an uptrend. We've actually broken through significant support. And this is the 3-month time frame too. So this is like, this is going on. But we can expect, wherever this closes kind of tells us a lot. Um, this is, if I was getting essentially as people are buying other things, we can look for a pullback back to this level and maybe even, 0.5, right? Look, and this wick came right down and touched the 0.5, a 50% retracement on this move. So if that we're looking for a lower high in this area as far as the dollar goes. But when the dollar's dropping in value, that is usually because people are buying other assets with the dollar. So as the dollar price comes down, we should be expecting other things to be doing well. So we have stocks. S&P 500. We have we could have again, we're looking for a pullback into this area. If we stop or close on the 386, this is kind of bullish. Take it off the Heikin-Ashi candles, which are really good at showing us trends. But, this 386, 382 retrace is bullish for stocks, which would make sense if, again, these are 3-month candles, and we could, go sideways, and then go up or come down. So there's nothing saying we got to keep going up and up and up, but we can get a very similar, pattern. Like this is called a flat. And that was a pretty substantial correction for a really long run. But we got a 236, which is a bullish correction. Boom, we got a 1-to-1 probably flat here on a 236 correction. That says continuation to the upside. If we're looking for a similar move, this is done going down. We're looking for something like this. And then we'd be looking for this 386. So that's kind of what stocks look like over the next months, possibly. We will have to check in on that to see, does this stay within that pattern? How does it deviate? Um, if we look at Tesla, we're looking, we're just seeing where it comes down. 1, 2, 3. C. We're looking at it like that. So we're actually looking for to confirm this as a lower high, which is probably confirmed on the 3 week, no, on the 2 week. So we're looking for a lower low, continuation down for Tesla. Same kind of thing with Apple. Amazon just laid off a bunch of people. If we look at total market cap in crypto, we are looking for a low. We're looking to confirm this low. We want to continue this macro trend upwards. And if fibs work, we are looking up, up, and away. So question is, do we have a bottom here? If we go to the weekly, look at the RSI. We got slight down. We got slight up. So this isn't very strong, but this is bullish divergence. And, you know, we are expecting to see money come into the total markets. And that's what we got coming. We definitely got some resistance. So we can expect a pullback once we get up here. But Not that this is actually a position, but we're essentially looking. Yeah, we want to see some. We want to see stuff come back up here. And we can say boom, boom. Let's put that on the top right. Bearish divergence on the weekly, resistance overhead. And we want this, boom. We look at Bitcoin. So out of that total market cap, we are now over 1 trillion, which is a good like psychological number. 44% of that $1 trillion in crypto is Bitcoin, is the Bitcoin. We can go all the way back to 2021 of May, where Bitcoin has been putting in a base, relative to other coins. So the money, that folks, tried to make in altcoins, coming back into Bitcoin. We should also be able to see some USD coming into Bitcoin. If we zoom in on this a little bit, we see that we've had a nice base here, some accumulation going on. We had a failed breakout, but we did have, a high. We can look at, what if we break the 618. We can look for a move, up to the top of this range. We got so we can expect Bitcoin to do well. What we're looking for is some sideways action from Bitcoin to allow, and some profit taking in Bitcoin to allow some Bitcoin, and same with Ethereum, to flow into altcoins. Haha, especially some bank. So I've been looking at this. What do we got going on? Huge ass head and shoulder for again, this probably isn't even a valid pattern when we're talking about overall like market cap, but let's just suppose. What are we looking for? in dominance. We're looking for, you know, if we think a flippening is going to happen, this is the move that would that could make it be. Does it have to go up that high? Nope. But we do have a range tightening. Let's go back to get the head and shoulders off of there. You know, this is obviously becoming support. We have a nice support structure. We got MAs coming in. You know, we want to see this broken. So we're gonna get us, we got an alert on that. Let's go down to the daily, reestablish our alerts. Let's have this blow up. So we got nice structure we're coming up against. Man. 1, 2. Do we even want to do it? Not really. All right. So if people are moving into Bitcoin and Ethereum, we should see people moving out of Tether, which we do see. Again, we can see overall that, you know, Tether dominance is increasing. Tether is currently a little over 6% of the market, and has seen, you know, over the last month, while everything else has been going up in crypto, you know, Tether dominance has had a 30% pullback, which is what we expect to see. We can see that this trend, you know, this real short-term trend line here is broken. We can, you know, expect a pullback to this trend line or to these MAs. If we go down to the weekly, you know, we can see that, you know, historically getting down to the yellow moving average, getting out when it breaks, getting in when it crosses, touching these MAs, historically good time to buy or to be in stables, you know, versus your crypto. And if we look at total market cap of the Brave Attention token, which you can earn, we're looking for a bottom there. So we'll just kind of watch that, not go into it today. We talked quite a bit about ETH BTC already. wanting to see a break in structure. We got resistance overhead. Look left. You know, the next good time we want to see support kick off right here. This is also probably in a daily range. We go by the wicks. We want to know what happens right here.
Mm-hmm.